when we think about partition, many people think just about a kind of division of territory, right? So dividing a territory into two or more pieces. But what we are suggesting in this book is, and what many other commentators have suggested as well, is that in fact, partition as a modern phenomenon is not just the division of territory, but the devolution of political power alongside a division of territory that demarcates different populations as national. So we're talking about the creation of specifically national states out of a multinational space. And that involves sometimes the redrawing of borders, and it can involve transfer of populations. It can involve forcible denationalization, and we're arguing in this book it is deeply and intimately tied to practices of violence.
And to follow up on that, I think that a good metaphor, a useful metaphor, would be to describe partition as it emerged gradually during the 20th century, as it turned into a package deal. So I think that part of what is misleading in the first glance, we imagine partition, we see in front of us an imaginary or a concrete map, and we think about the lines that are drawn or maps. But if that would be our definition of partition, we can't distinguish it from any type of kind of demarcation, redrawing of borders. Borders can be even borders within, between districts. So I think that drawing the lines on the borders is only one component alongside what are we dividing this territory into. So we're dividing this territory into new type of political entities we call nation states. So state would be the second, important component. And the third component is that in order to have this national space, ethno-national space, you redesign the geography and the demography accordingly. So if needed, and unfortunately often that was the case, it will include a forced removal of population, or what we would call transfer.